Hi, Seaboard. Hi, Train Rail fan. Good afternoon to you both. Raichu? I don't know how you pronounce that first name. The Electric Mouse. How you doing? Welcome to the party. Got those dogs checking us out. I think I saw the Age Northtown Pasco on my way home from school. Northtown Pass? Okay, so... Well, depends on... When did you see it? When and where? I'm not exactly sure, but the signal is green on the closest track. Hey, train fan. The the signal is green on this track, so that might be North Star. I'm guessing is what's coming. Now, as for train traffic, I am not totally sure if it's going to be a busy day or if it's going to be a slow day. And that sun is already almost to the point where it's going to be going behind the trees, so I don't think we're going to be here very long. This probably won't be a terribly too long stream. Oh yeah, going west. Yeah, it's gone then. Somebody was talking on the radio. What did you say? I finally caught my heritage unit last week. Oh, cool. Was it leading? Train master. Hello, Choo Choo. Hello, how are you doing? I saw the KCS Safety Starts Here unit yesterday. The what? What number is that? I'm not familiar with that one. I can tell by your name you are the train master. The master of all things train. 4859. I don't think I'm familiar with that locomotive. So it's like a gray ghost then? That's kinda?
DNFM milepost 20.47. Main 2, no defects. Repeat, no defects. Total axle 20 out.
Oh, that's
North Star 1903, no defects.
That's North Star. Yeah, my radio's doing a good job picking up the radio this time. Similar, yes. It's like a gray ghost. That's how I started, was by using my iPhone for that. I used my iPhone SE. Then when I got a iPhone 8, then swapped over to using that, and now I use the Panasonic camcorder. It's my most recent short. Okay, I'll have to check that out after this one. Also, if you can't tell by the title of this video, there's a video that tonight at 10 p.m.
Let's jump to 1903, over.
At 10.
Calling 1903.
Actually, I should.
Yeah, West, I'm calling. I've got a crossing warning, milepost 38.01. Can you guys comply with that, over?
Yes, 1903 can comply.
All right, I'll be placing the tags. Thank you, over.
Anyway, tonight, gonna be premiering a video of that CP.
Who is it that's calling, over?
That CP military unit.
Mile for Hinckley, signal indication, over.
Who's going on to the Hinckley?
What was that, Kurt? I'm switched northbound Superior. You got DA 215. Crossing warning down river.
Oh, they're sending the Northtown Superior
I'll
out?
let you know the specifics when it pops in. So I think she said Outpost 38. I think it's Main Street.
Got a few new ones on here. We got the Train Master, and then we got Seatown, the Train Fan 10. Oh, stoplight's flashing.
1903 dispatcher.
So we are going to turn it this way because our train's coming. And there we go.
North Star 1903 west, dump over.
Answer 1903, over.
Hey, read that correctly. It's a box 2 for a private crossing that we don't whistle or blow for.
Showing box 2, milepost 38.01, under street, it shows private, over.
Yeah, it's a crossing that we don't. I just wondered if we still treat it as a normal crossing we blow for.
I would assume so, since they sent one.
Alright, yeah, it's great, great Ramsey crossing.
Well, I did great on that first video. I forgot to hit record. I remembered to hit record right as the locomotive was just starting to go by. And I look and there was still the green pause button. Which that kind of sucks. So I'm gonna have to take a clip from this. Alright, I'm gonna have to check that out after this. You mean that kid that purposely lined the switch to derail that coal train? And then they found out that he did do it on purpose or something? Is that who you're referring to? I hate when I forget to record. I know. Normally, I'm pretty good about that. It's just the one-off time where it's like, nope, not today. So for the actual, when I make the YouTube video of this, we'll see if I use that recording or not. One time it happened to me with a CSX YN2. Really? It costed $350,000. Hey, Grey Ghost. Yeah, that kid was not a wise idea to do something like that. Would it be interesting to get a derailment on video? Of course it would. But you shouldn't be going and causing it just to get it on video. That's stupid. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Got a cool picture though of that dog looking at the North Star when it was coming up though. That's kind of cool. Ouch, yeah, indeed. So, while the radio is quiet, while I'm thinking about it, tonight, I've got it set to premiere at... This radio will not let me get the words out.
1903, okay, through Fitzgerald Farm, being maximum authorized speed, over.
Is this radio gonna let me talk now? Tonight, I have a video that is going to be premiering at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. like here in Minnesota, 10 p.m. tonight. That you might have seen my community post about that CP locomotive, 7021. The one that's painted in the paint scheme like what the Canadian and U.S. forces had during, I think it was Desert Storm. The video of catching that train that locomotive when it was a DPU on the northbound grain, and then when it was leading back on the southbound grain the following day. I combined those two videos into one, and I'm going to be premiering that tonight at 10 p.m. So if you guys got nothing going on, you're interested in watching it, feel free to join the party later. I just want the reason I'm doing it later on a Friday is multiple reasons. One, I did a premiere one time on Saturday. Was it Saturday? Earlier in the morning or whatever. It did all right. So the theory I have now, and that was when kids weren't in school and all that stuff, but now that people are back in school and their sports and all that kind of stuff, instead of doing it and like college football's back and all that stuff, I thought, okay, Friday night, yes, people are out doing stuff, but by 10 p.m., people might be getting home, you know, relaxing before going to bed, might be staying up a little bit later because there's no school tomorrow. So I thought, all right, we'll try premiering this video tonight, and I think by 10 p.m., it's later, so more people might be home, but hopefully it's not too late to where people are calling it a day and not watching YouTube. So that's why I'm going to try it at 10 p.m. tonight. That video will be premiering. So if you want to come join the fun, 10 p.m. And I did make a community post too, because I'm not sure how it shows up when a video is going to premiere. I'm not sure how it, like, if you go to my channel or if people get notified, I don't know how that works. So I made a community post in case people want to click on it there and save it or whatever, because I don't know I'm still trying to figure out the premiere thing. This is premiere number 2. Recording himself. A kid hit the talk button on the radio. CP 7816 hit a woman. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, those are some decent points. What was that other one too? That kid that would go around and he was lining the switch, you know, showing how to line a switch, or went inside a BNSF locomotive and showed kind of the inside of it. They make us look bad. Those people do. Good evening, Carl. I saw it on my channel's video tab. Okay. See, I didn't know when it comes to premieres how that works. So that's why I thought I'd just say something now while a bunch of you are on, in case any of you might be interested in watching it while the premiere happens. And then once the premiere is done, then I think it just automatically uploads to YouTube, kind of almost like a live does. Was watching Lost again recently. Harley finds a Skeletor in the jungle. Thought that's where you got the name from. Nope. That's not where I got Skeletor from. You ever heard of the show He-Man? Because I think the villain in He-Man is Skeletor. That's where I thought of the name Skeletor from. No, that show that you mentioned, though? I've never even heard of that one. Lost again. Lost. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. Is that like real people? Animated? I don't know. Yep, Sebastian. Yeah, that sounds familiar. You remember that? Yeah, that kid was all over the place. Shaun of America. Do I hate? I don't hate. That's... No, thank you. 'Cause, 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 I got a cop called on me the other day for rail fanning in a spot without a trespassing sign. Really? Fair enough, thanks. 6-season TV show from about 15 years ago. Lost. Yeah, I am not familiar with that show. You mean rail fans? Capturing the NS train hitting a car in Louisville. NS. No, I don't recall that one. The one that's going through my head right now is the one of that CSX one that hit that tank.
What's up, Anthony? Over.
Or that tank, artillery tank, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you've got the commuter to see there, over. They're at East Elk River now, over.
Called the Union pathetic, and he hate only Union Pacific because the neighborhood where is living is where the rails are in the middle of the street, and people stalk him by parking this. So you don't like the person because they don't like Union Pacific because of the way the tracks are laid out? If I'm getting that correctly? Okay, yeah, no, I'm not Seaboard, I'm not familiar with that one. Alright, we're gonna turn it this way. See if that guy comes back around or not. He was doing like a wheelie when he went by. Oh, nope, maybe not. He might be off. Yeah, there was a guy on a dirt bike came by here and he was literally doing a wheelie the whole time he was going by. Maybe he won't come back. I was hoping maybe to catch him again if he came back, but I guess we'll just keep it this way in case he does. let's turn it back. See if the guy comes back or not. He was smart in one area though, was wearing a helmet. Alright, we now have a flashing yellow on main 2. That's the one that's furthest away from us. This neighborhood was being cut off by... Oh, was being cut off by... Okay. What, would they like just stop the trains there or something? Is that what you're saying?
Southwest on Vance train over.
Yeah, search up Sean B. and a video should pop up with him. Real, that's called a Big Mac, not a Mac sandwich.
Alright, signal indication, Union Yard for Rollins. Do you guys need multiple changes over?
Technically, it is a Mac sandwich. It's a Mac sandwiched in between those 2 locomotives.
Alright, and you do have permission for multiple changes of direction in the control point, Rollins Avenue, over.
Now, if I had McDonald's sponsoring me, then yes, could probably use some of that terminology.
Alright, thank you, over.
That's why I used Mac sandwich, because I'm not lying. It's an executive Mac that is sandwiched in between those 2 locomotives, hence a Mac sandwich. Crazy how when they were talking to the Northtown Superior going on to the Hinckley, it's interesting that lately now they've been sending out that Northtown Superior a lot earlier. And of course, all the times they keep doing it, I've either been busy doing something or like now I'm here. Ain't no way I'd get anywhere over to that Hinckley in time to catch it. And then the times when I want to catch it, it would come after 6 or 7 o'clock, after it gets dark out. Because now we've gotten to the point where when it comes to taking like pictures of trains, after like 6 or 6:30 in that time range, those pictures are not the best. Like we're getting, because just like right now, the sun, yeah, it's 2 fingers away from going underneath or starting to drop below the tree line. Getting to that time of year again where the sun's not going to be out long. And then we're going to be to some point where like 4 or 5 o'clock, that sun, it'll be gone. So we'll be back to, I'll be getting a lot of nighttime train videos again. Which, it's not the worst thing in the world, but the night stuff just isn't as good as the day stuff. But you get what you get, you don't throw a fit. Still have a flashing yellow. So we have something coming, whether it's the commuter coming back or they're gonna sneak something else through. That'd be nice if they did. At least just sneak 1 or 2 things through so we get a little other action. And this time I will remember to hit record. earlier. Alright, I guess I should save this. Yep, yeah, I saw that video. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to be sticking around for. I think it just depends on train traffic, how I feel. And the other thing, lighting. Yes, they are. But yeah, you got low light and you got a fast moving object. You can make it somewhat decent if you're going the same speed as said object. So if you're going the same speed as the train, then it would look nice. Problem is we're stationary. It's kind of hard. Like I put, might be there. Possibility, no guarantees. Yep, that is a good thing to have. And yes, your idea too about move the camera. Yeah, I when I do nighttime videos, whether I got good backlighting to it or not, you know, like you said, light behind you or whatever, I always move with at least the lead locomotive, because if you move with the lead locomotive, you can make it look pretty nice and clear. And that is one nice thing about here, the North Star station. They got some pretty good lights. Gotten quite a few. Sorry. I've gotten quite a few train videos here after dark, like in the winter. Yeah, a lot of the videos I get are in the dark, so I've gotten pretty good at doing that. And the iPhone is really nice for getting train videos at night. Really nice. My camcorder, it's all right, but boy, can you see a lot. Like the graininess to it really shows up on the camcorder video versus the iPhone nighttime video. So I like to use my iPhone a lot more when I do night train videos. And you just go and take like a screenshot of it afterwards if you want to see like locomotive numbers and stuff. And eventually one of the frames when you're panning with that locomotive, if you go back and rewatch the video afterwards, you most likely, if you can lock that speed in and you pan with it, most likely you will get 1 or 2 frames where you'll have a clear enough picture of the number if you want to know what the locomotive number was. Because I know that a lot of people like that, and I do because I'm trying to keep track of them, which, by the way, I am at over 2,000 different BNSF locomotive numbers that I have photographed in my little list. I think I'm at like 2020. That's what I'm at. And every one of those is a different locomotive number.
Between Northtown BRC, over.
Northtown BRC, over.
Alright, leaving out 603.
No, they do not. No.
Okay, I'll be ready for you, over.
Yeah, those Union Pacific ones in yellow. Yeah, the camera has a heck of a time. Like, because
Okay, thanks, over.
I think it's because they're so reflective that it just completely throws off the camera. I think that's what it is. I got good lighting, thankfully. 2816 for the night video in Hastings. Yeah, Hastings is good, period. Do you agree, Daniel, by the way, when you said that about the red numbers on yellow there? You agree that they almost seem like when they go by, they're almost like a reflective like color or paint to them? I don't know why, I've just always thought that because they just, when you do a nighttime train video, they don't look, it just looks different. Versus when the other railroads go by, like NS with their white or BNSF with their black. It's just different. It almost makes me think of like a road sign, almost. That's kind of what I get from it. It's like a road sign, so that when your headlights shine on it, how the light reflects off of it, so you see it. Yeah, a little bit. Awesome Austin 22 says, what locomotive are you looking out for? just we'll get whatever we get. That's what we do during these longer staple sub streams. We just get whatever we get. Whatever goes by, goes by. Already caught one North Star. We have a train coming from the west. Could either be North Star or some mainline train. And when I do these, it's all random. I don't know how long I'm going to be here for. I don't know what I'm going to get unless somebody tells me something ahead of time, like before I get here. Or in the chat, somebody might say something too, like, hey, this train's coming. St. Cloud Cam, this went by the St. Cloud Cam. It should be, that next train. This might be whatever your next train is. So I'm actually at 2 25th and wait. So I'm actually at 2 25th anniversary units. That one I caught Minneapolis Junction. I went back and is one I caught being a DPU in Colorado. LOL. What are the odds? Slowly catching up on editing. I know the feeling about the editing part. You know how you were talking about the 25th anniversary? It is so cool when you catch a locomotive up the track closest to us just went yellow. It's so cool when you catch a locomotive outside of the state you normally catch trains in, and then you catch that same locomotive in that state. And I actually did that with an NS locomotive, where it was leading at the Iron Triangle in Ohio. At the Iron Triangle, I caught a NS train that was coming around this curve. Nice NS leader. And I think it might have been a year or so later on a UP train that went on the Hinckley, I caught that exact same NS unit leading a Union Pacific train coming south on the Hinckley. Or north. It was either north or south, I forget. Regardless, it was the exact same locomotive that I caught at the Iron Triangle, and it was leading both times. But the first time was catching it there, and then the second time was catching it on the Hinckley. Okay, now the signal is green on the closest track and still flashing yellow on the second track. Fostoria, Ohio. Yes, thank you. A lot of ML in the queue. Well, I'm behind by about a month, so... Or maybe just under well... Yeah, it's either a month or just under a month by a couple days. I'm trying. I'm keeping the camera this way, by the way, because I'm hoping that whatever's coming from the west goes by before whatever's coming from the east. I'm guessing the east one is probably North Star. It would seem about right that this one would be a little bit behind, because this is the one that is going to just go straight to Big Lake and not come back. Same, about a month. Yes, we're in the same boat. Oh, where'd you put? I didn't see that one. The CSX unit I caught on Nicollet Island from the one of my last uploads. On one side it says CCSX on the conductor side and CSXX on the engineer side. Apparently it's been like that for years. What now? Really? For real? Now, does it say that because that's how it was painted, or does it say that because somebody went and painted it, graffitied, or whatever? hope I get there in time for growth. Oh, I see what you're... Depends on how close the two trains are. All I can tell you is that they're routed through here. That's for sure. No, switched up. Oh, I see. So the only panels they had available, I guess. Yeah, I will. Oh, here at Coon Rapids? Oh, I left my camcorder on the halt. Ay. It's been a long day. I'm losing my mind. I've seen a couple meets here before. I like it and I don't like it. Being that I'm trying to catch as many different locomotive numbers as I can, I hate it when one train's passing on this close track and then the other train goes by. Then you miss whatever it had for power on it. Bye.
West up answering over.
Ah, that hurts, train fan. Hey, Alex Boxall?
West up to BNSF 5543.
How you doing? We got two...
Can engineer comply with signal displaying stop at Ramsey.
Stop it, Ramsey?
Alright, thank you. I'll cross you guys up to 1 there. Over.
Anyone hear what that locomotive number was? Whatever it is that's coming... whatever it is that's coming from the west, they're going to cross it over to the track closest to us, which means whatever it is that's coming from the east, they're going to send that through here first, and then whatever's coming from the west is going to be on this closer track. They're going to cross them over at Ramsey. I think I'm going to make it for both. Well, cross your fingers. Because whatever the eastbound is, it's up by Ramsey, but they got to wait for whatever it is that's got to come through here first. So there'll be a little...
What's up, man? Train over.
There'll be a little gap between trains. It's going to be very close.
North runner for Shoreham, signal location over.
5543, 5540. All right, well, our agreement's 55 something.
West up answering over.
So, whatever it is west of us is a mainline train. Thank goodness.
Alright, I'll get you stocked in. Thank you, over.
I have a feeling by the people showing up here that the train coming from the east is probably going to be North Star. So since we know that the west or eastbound is not going to be coming for a little bit, I'll turn it this way for North Star. I'm going to actually do something here. Yeah, I'm not keeping that. There we go. Well, if you're 5 or 10 minutes away, train fan, you'll definitely be here for whatever train it is that's coming from the west. As for the one coming from the east, that's a maybe. That's North Star. Coming up to Coon Creek. Train fan says, I'll be back. All right. This time I'm going to remember to hit record before North Star gets here. Golly. What camera is this? You mean that I'm using to live stream with? Literally, my radio died. Wow. Just got to charge those batteries. Oh, you want to know what this train track is? This is the Staples Subdivision. It's a BNSF line.
Custom answering over. Alright, I'll do multiple changes. Thank you, over. Yeah, I can only get you up to University for now. Just heads up, over. Alright, then what's your full symbol? Q Chicago Tacoma, what are the numbers on it, over?
Q Chicago Tacoma. That's gonna be coming this way.
Okay, thank you, over.
Can only get them up to University for now. So we're gonna have a Q train coming from the east at some point. Oh, I bet I know why. Because this guy's going on main 1. There must be something on main 2 that they're making these trains go on main 1. And they probably got to make that Q wait for whatever our mystery train is to the west of here. So we will have a few mainline trains mixed in with these North Stars. Time I see that stoplight go red, I think. Ooh, but nope. Running out of the car as fast as possible. I know the feeling, train fan. I know the feeling. All right, we got a flashing light. Here comes North Star. Oh, I didn't see that the conductor was waving. I'm not used to, normally when they go by, they got the doors shut. So I usually don't pay much attention, but yeah, I saw it, kind of caught a glimpse of him as it went by. It can be a little sneaky at times. Like, you never know what you're going to get from those North Star guys sometimes. Oh, that sun is in a bad spot right now. Stupid traffic lights. Oh, isn't it great how they catch you like that? I've missed a couple trains because of that. Makes you wish that teleportation was a thing. Beam me up, Scotty. All right, well, then my notes. Yeah, that first North Star video, by the way. Yeah, I'm not using that one. I went and I played it back. I literally started it about halfway to almost the part where the locomotive was already passed, basically. I just starting to move, and it's the longest light of all time. Sorry, train fan. Well, it's not a huge loss though. It's North Stars, so it's not the biggest loss. There'll be more North Stars. That's a guarantee. Now, it would be even more of a bummer if it was like a merchandise or some kind of mainline train. Then that would be kind of a bummer. Missing something like that. Okay, so I'm going to... I'm going to update my notes quick. Because if there's going to be a couple more like mainline trains, I do not want to miss those. By the way, when you were saying about how you'd be that foamer that's running when the train came, that's actually kind of funny because that gets your adrenaline going. You get all your camera gear like set up, and you literally have your camera turned on, so the moment you hop out of the vehicle, you're booking it to the track so you can hit record. I've even done it before where I got it recording before you even get out of the vehicle. Hello.
That happened last time I came here. I missed North Star by like a minute.
Well, there'll always be more North Stars. Because they run those, I think, 4 times.
Yeah.
Now that's flashing yellow. Yeah, the dispatcher said something about routing, having them hold at Ramsey and routing them onto Main 1.
Yeah.
1805's got a high ball for me.
I used, because this was an old tripod I had, so I bought this newer, like, top piece, and now I can mount this to the bottom and get, like, a second angle.
Oh, cool.
And I usually just use it for extra weight.
So what you could do is, like, you can have the one angle looking one way and then another one facing the other direction. Or that'd actually make for some cool...
Yeah, still have it. I think it's that private crossing just before Oak River.
That'd make for cool wheel shots.
Yeah.
Minnesota Rail says I would
Mainline answer.
pull... You mean show up here? Is that what you're saying? Got a Hako game tonight.
Hey, mainline change off on at 17:30. Ours flies.
See Portland, Chicago, and North Star eastbound at Elk River. Oh, is that what that BNSF 55 whatever is?
I think so.
That's what MN Railfan is saying. I bought this radio, or bought this audio recorder on Amazon. Going to test that in the future, possibly overlay audio. North Star is behind the Z train. Okay. Oh, coming out Big Lake. You can tell that sun is in a bad spot.
I was here one time, like right after the sun was
Freight train outbound.
like a cool sunset shot.
Yeah, you can get some nice ones here. It's really cool when the sun is more, you know, kind of down closer to the signal. That's when it's really cool.
And I was here one morning, and they're like, it was the time you did the live stream of the storm.
Mhm.
Like the clouds were like really cool up there. Like,
Oh, you were out. Were you out here that
Yeah.
Saturday? Okay. North Star said something about they saw it, or there's a freight train out here, he said. Even though if it's a Z, that's not a freight train. QCAC Tacoma departing Rolling Avenue. Yeah, they were talking about that. They said they can only get them up to University or something for now, is what the West Hump lady was saying. I'm assuming because we got the two that are coming from the west, that's probably why they're going to hold that queue back. Yeah, because North Star is running. Once they get the North Star by and this Z, then they'll probably sneak the queue through really fast. Get it out of the way.
I have no idea when I took that photo. I can't find it anywhere.
Was it last Saturday? It was either, or no, maybe not last Saturday, the Saturday before. Yeah, the Saturday before, so
It might have.
would have been about 2 weeks ago.
Because my oh no, it's here. Sometimes I have to go into like the files of the SD card and like manually transfer it.
Do you have that Canon Connect app?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really handy. Because then you don't have to plug your camera, because you got basically the same camera I've got. You don't have to plug it into the computer.
Like this was one of the photos.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Birds. It doesn't show up as much on the screen.
No. Did it storm here at all that morning, or?
It just like sprinkled a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when it went through up by us, that it hit pretty. It got very, very windy, very, very rainy.
I remember I was here one time with 8500, and it was when we were like staying up really late because there was the golden swoosh was around, and it was like lightly raining, but like I couldn't notice it. And then I looked at my camera, which was on my neck, and it was just like, soaking wet.
You got to be careful with these cameras. They do not do good in water. I had one of these. I got destroyed in Washington, D.C. when we were out there a while back. These have no waterproofness to them at all.
And it was just like little drops over it, but still.
Yeah, that won't hurt it. Unless, of course, you got a lens like this. Don't ever keep it like, keep it zoomed out, because if water gets on there, the moment you do that, you got all this moisture trapped inside your lens.
I had it like this when it happened, so it wasn't like...
Yeah,
out.
yeah, so you probably don't have to worry too much about it. And it'll dry out eventually, but the next like couple days afterwards, you might have like foggy lens issues. Cameras are very delicate. Well, the DSLR ones are.
I'm gonna go grab a sweatshirt. Really
Okay.
quick.
The next eastbound freight is at Wadena. Oh, jeez. Excuse me? One, I am not on TikTok, so I can't speak for that. Not crazy about TikTok. Facebook, Instagram, that's a lot of what's on those platforms. And I'm on Facebook and Instagram. WeChat, never heard of it. And some other apps for adults. Yeah, I don't know what the point of asking that question is. Z, Portland, Chicago. Crossing over at Ramsey to race North Star to University eastbound. Race North Star, huh? Okay, that would actually be kind of a cool shot if, like, right before he gets here, those two are nose to nose.
If North Star was a little closer, depending on which track it's gonna be on.
Yeah. Well, most likely, I would guess that they'd put it on that track, but they have done it where they put it on this closer track too. Well, she did say though, I think she told that Z earlier that they were going to cross them over to Main 1. So if they are going to be racing, like MN Railfanner says, if they are going to be racing, then North Star would be on the furthest track if they are routing the Z onto the closer one. If what the dispatcher says is true. And they know better, so.
I need to get a better, like, zoom lens. It's just, I can't find any, like, everything is more expensive than my camcorder.
Portland, Chicago, calling mainline, over.
Like,
if
I didn't want to, it has a little bit, but, like.
Yours didn't come with that 75 to 300 millimeter?
No, because I got it used.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because if you buy there's a kit that you can buy that comes with the camera, I think it's 18 to 50 millimeter, and then there's a 75 to 300 millimeter on Amazon. That's the first one I got. But then I found out that Tamron, they got lenses that work with these, and this one goes up to 400 millimeter and then goes all the way to 18. So it's basically those two lenses in one, plus you get an extra 300 or extra 100.
I might as well just zoom in on my camcorder though, because it goes farther than whatever I'd be willing to pay for.
Z, Portland, Chicago, calling mainline, over.
One problem though, lenses, they are not cheap.
Yeah.
This Tamron one costed almost $600 for it.
Wow.
But it's a good one though, because it's everything you need all in one. Oh, how about that? Come on, North Star, pop around.
I think I saw an H1, like, somewhere in there.
On this train?
Yeah, when I zoomed in.
Okay. You can never go wrong with an H1.
Yeah. This is a bad time for me to do last minute camera angle adjustment.
You got a little bit of time. A little bit.
Z, Portland, Chicago, calling mainline, Yardmaster, over.
Just put your foot on the leg. That usually helps.
I remember the first time I was here when I had to move back because the second train almost blew my tripod over.
I had that happen at Elk River one time. In the winter, I don't know if it was a Z or a Q or whatever it was that went by, but knocked it straight over right before the DPU went by too.
This secondary angles thing is cool, but like it ends up sideways most of the time, or like sort of sideways.
You can't level it out at all.
It's difficult too because it has this like.
Oh. Trying to get it to stay. That's not gonna work.
And then like my other tripod, like it could tilt, but this top piece can't tilt for some reason. Like if I turned it this way, it could like go sideways for like adjusting it. Because a lot of the places where I go, it's like not level, so I have to like.
Yep, compensate that way. Yep, that's what I do with this one. You just work on those legs basically.
Yeah. And if I want a steady shot, like a good shot with this, the leg usually gets in the way. If I want it to be level.
Yeah, so you'd have to somehow line it up to where those open spots are facing a certain way on the track. I heard the 8 Superior Northtown had a CNSF duo leading. CN? You mean BN?
Maybe like CN and Santa Fe.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah. Yeah, CN Santa Fe, that would make sense. Like CN and then the Santa Fe behind it. Oh, he says a CN loco and a BNSF loco. That's not a big, that's actually quite common for the Hinckley. You see a lot of BNSF and CN stuff on those Northtown, on those Superior trains.
Back in June, I saw like CN technically counts as a heritage unit, but it just has like a little sticker on the front. And
Is it one of those 8800 ones?
Yeah, it's like 88, 98, I think.
I think so. I think I've caught that one on the Hinckley.
Yeah, it was on the Galesburg to Northtown, and so I caught it then. And then me and 8500 took a trip up to Duluth, and then we saw it in Superior.
Oh, cool.
And that was like the next day or something.
Oh, so they brought it to Northtown, and they probably threw it on the Northtown Superior at some point. Probably that night or day or morning, maybe.
I mean, I guess it was like 2 days after, but like.
Yeah, you ever want to catch a lot of CN, go on the Hinckley because they always go through spurts. There'll be times where you won't see CN for a long time. And then there's like, usually when it gets like later in the year, they always send a bunch of CN stuff up north.
Is it like gives the power back to CN?
That could be. Well, not necessarily, because there's been a couple times where you'll see the same CN power go north, it'll come back south, go north, and it'll actually be on the Superior Northtowns and Northtown Superiors for a couple days.
I think North Star's getting pretty close. I think.
Probably. I didn't take into account they probably got to stop at all the other stations. We saw a CN 100 unit on an 8 Superior Northtown once. Recently? Because there was a CN 100 that led the Northtown Superior. That was actually a good day. Because the Northtown Superior met the Superior Northtown at Cambridge. And the Northtown Superior had 2 CN locomotives, and its leader was a CN 100. The Superior Northtown had 2 CN locomotives.
I think I remember seeing that you posted that.
Yeah, that was a cool day. And they were all like, oh, there's North Star. And they were all like 20 minutes apart.
I can't believe I missed both military units because of
School. Oh, they'll make their rounds again. And my radio keeps dying. My radio is being stupid. Now it's probably gonna be quiet for a little bit. CN units come down south to fill foreign power deals with BNSF and go back north once they've got all their hours. Yeah, don't they usually do that because, like if a railroad needs extra power, they're basically paying back for when they loaned them power at some other time and point, basically.
I finally saw BNSF 1833 moving.
1830.
It's the
Oh,
H1
yep. That's a beautiful locomotive.
Yeah. It was a terrible nighttime shot though, because it was on Northtown Superior.
Northtown Superior. Was that recently?
Sort of.
Hmm.
It was like, it was dark when I saw it.
Was it this one?
Maybe that was.
But that's the Superior Northtown, though.
Yeah. Wait, that was.
Because this was back on the 17th.
I saw it again in Northtown.
Okay. Well, there's a good chance it could have went. Did the train have a CPDPU? Because it's.
No, it was just the power. Like
Okay.
It was, I think it was probably the.
Because if it was like after the 17th, then it probably came on
It was
the
the 21st.
21st.
Was that Superior Northtown? Northtown Superior.
Superior Northtown. This was coming back. This was going
That
south.
makes sense.
That's the other thing is that these Superior trains, Northtown Superior and Superior Northtown, they've been having a lot of CP power on them recently too.
Yeah.
That they've been throwing on there. Oh, that's right. I gotta plug my phone in. Probably just want to keep our cameras facing this way for when they send that.
It should get routed after North Star clears University.
Probably. That's because they said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said they were gonna hold them there or hold them at University, and that would make sense because they could probably theoretically, because North Star has to pull into Minneapolis, do whatever they gotta do before they come back, so they could sneak that train through while North Star is doing that.
Yeah. And then yesterday, I was over in St. Paul, and like this worker came up to me and gave me a card, and I can like call the person who runs that yard and get like a tour of it.
No way. Sweet. For Northtown Yard?
It's for the, I don't know if you know, it's like it's on the Midway sub. It's like an intermodal facility.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I wish it was Northtown because I could see like the locomotive.
Yeah, I know. That'd be kind of cool. But I don't think they'd ever give anyone access like that. But no, that's really cool.
And if they did, I'd probably not be allowed to film anything.
Who is it though that there's a guy, I see it on the Minnesota Railroad groups who flies his drone over there all the time.
Yeah, I flew it over like the area with like the whole deadline of locomotives. And my drone is not very good, so I was right above the locomotives and it randomly lost signal.
Oh, that's not good.
And then I thought it fell on one of the locomotives until it finally connected and it was 200 feet up in the air. After saying it was gonna fly back to me.
I didn't know what to do.
Have you been to that seen that area with the whole line of locomotives?
I have not personally been there, which I have to go there sometime because a lot of people keep saying that you gotta go there and get pictures of them because there's all these
Yeah.
I'm assuming those locomotives are just waiting to be scrapped, probably.
Yeah, I don't know where, because they've rearranged the whole thing like 5 times within the last month.
Oh, really?
Like it's the same locomotives, they're just moving it to different tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's either, it might be in the middle, but there's a H1 standard cab -8 in there.
Oh, really?
I think.
Is that train sim one still there?
It got taken off a little while ago. I think it got taken out of the line a little while ago.
Yeah, because he was at like the head end of it. Last I heard a couple weeks ago, it was like literally like where the bridge is there that people go.
Yeah.
It was like right there. Like you could be almost in eyesight with it.
It's in Washington now.
Oh, it is? That would have been cool to see.
And then for a long time it was sitting over like by the shops area.
Oh.
For like 2 or 3 months, I think.
Maybe they're still using that one then. I don't know if they'll ever use it as like a leader, but maybe just for extra power. What is that locomotive? Is that a C-44?
Yeah, it's a -9.
Okay. You've never seen that on a Superior Northtown? Really? Yeah, back on the 17th, there was a CP unit, but it was the DPU. So there were 2 BNSF on the front, a GEVO, and then SD40-2, and then there was the CP for the DPU.
8500 convinced me to do narration in my videos, and I already don't want to upload the video I made.
You don't like hearing your voice?
I'm mostly just rambling about the trains. It doesn't.
Yeah, doing the narrating part, that's not easy. That's why I like live streams, because you can kind of just talk freely. But I don't know, like the people that are just talking in their videos, talk about the train, then show a little bit of the train, and then comment while it's going by and stuff. Like, what, you gotta like pre-type up those lines or something when you do it. You can't just, you know, talk about it as it's happening.
And I tried to say the train symbols if I remember to look what it was, but like the UP like Coke trains that go up the Hinkley sub, I always have a hard time saying it.
Yeah, the
ORPMW.
Yep, ORPMW.
So I had to redo that part like 5 times.
I know, it's like a tongue twister. Or like with the CP trains.
Yeah.
Those are hard because they're always changing the IDs all the time.
Yeah, like
What used to be a 250 is now a 3 something, I think it is now. And then the grain trains that used to be 350s are now 477s or 447s.
wasn't 244 like the manifest?
I think so, but I haven't seen one of those
I think
recent. I thought they changed that now too.
I think they changed it and made it daily.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, not necessarily daily.
I saw like I don't remember what it's called.
The ones that are almost running daily right now are the grain trains.
Yeah.
Because all the grain that's moving there, it almost feels like either every day or every other day there's a grain train for CP going up to Superior.
Yeah, this one says it's daily.
Oh.
But I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say daily. Matter of fact, I don't. Well, there was a CP that went north yesterday, but that was a grain train.
Yeah, and I know yesterday before the KCS unit, there was 2 KCSs, and then it was either a Jeep or a CP SD40-2.
I think it was a Jeep, because wasn't able to get to the track for that one, but I did watch it go by on the Steel Highway cam. So I'm surprised it hasn't come back south yet today. I used to get super excited for KCS. Now it's like you see it so much. It's like it's not cool anymore. It's not like when there's a CSX or an NS that comes through here. Because ever since the merger now, it seems like every time there's a CP train, there's a KCS unit on it. If they're not throwing a military unit on it or something.
I mean, at least there's a variety now.
Yes.
Before it just was all red.
All red, all the time.
With just single liters.
There was a time, though, on the Hinckley sub where it was actually kind of cool on the CP trains. They'd always put, like, CP SD40-2s and Jeeps on
And
them.
I think I saw an old video where there was like a Sioux line.
Yep. There was actually one time where one of those Sioux Line locomotives that they were bringing back up to the North Shore Scenic Railroad, they literally just parked it in Cambridge and left it sitting there. That locomotive. I think the Hinckley Local or some probably dropped it off there. And it was just that locomotive. No cars attached to it, no other locomotives, just the locomotive sitting there. Oh, remember when you were talking about that card you got?
Yeah.
And you said that was the Intermobile place? Someone says that's the Intermobile in St. Paul.
Yeah.
If you want to see a good narrating, then watch Distant Signal. Yes. Yeah. Well, that guy, from what I've heard, he used to be a reporter. At least that's what I've heard.
That makes sense for a good narration.
Yes. If you're a reporter, you're going to be good at narrating. Did I not turn this on?
I just realized I can put my backpack on that, I guess, because there's a little...
The backpack adds good weight.
Yeah, even though I think I only have... How did I get this on? I just have, like, a portable charger and my camera manual in here. I don't even know why I bring that.
Yeah, the manual is kind of... If you're going to use a camera, it's more of a you just self-teach yourself.
I just bring it, I bring the backpack in case, like, I need to go to the store on the way back. And then I can just put my stuff in there without being worried about getting stolen.
Yep. That's a really good idea. Or if you ever want to walk out to a spot, it's a lot easier to just carry it all in there. Daniel says SD457500 always does narration.
Yeah, his videos are really good.
Yeah. Isn't he the one who did that one big video on the derailment in Big Lake? Was it him that did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think that's how I found out about it.
Oh, okay.
Because I was either gonna, like, as a fun, like, trip, either take the North Star up to, like, Big Lake, or take the Borealis to Red Wing.
Mhm.
And I decided to do that the day before, and then the derailment happened.
You got lucky. Yeah, that derailment was a nice blessing for us on the Hinckley.
Yeah.
Because we got all those Z's and Q's that came our way. For the first time in... Someone on... I think it was BNSF 1458 said like 15 years or something was the last time one went through. Long time.
I caught an intermodal the other day that had 2 fake bonnets and 2 H1s.
Oh, nice.
But, like, I was recording with this because my camcorder battery was on life support. And I forgot that, like, because I had a photography class, and I asked about recording and then, like, not as much motion blur.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to turn it to 720p to have 60 frames per second, and I forgot to turn that off. So the quality is terrible.
These don't have an autofocus on them either when you do video.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that sucks. Is that you're trying to record a moving object with a DSLR camera that it's not like our camcorders that compensates for that and adjusts the focus. That, I think with our cameras, you have to do that manually.
Yeah. I did the thing that I did with that thing.
Mhm.
So at least I got like.
What was leading that train, by the way?
It was this, but then they stopped at Northtown to get a -9.
Oh.
Later.
Holy cow, that's a lot of power.
And then I heard there was another one that had an NS DPU. So like that day there were two. It was either that day or the day before there was another one that had an NS DPU and then like similar power.
Okay. I think somebody posted about the NSDPU one. Somebody wants to know, did we ever get a cause for that derailment? I don't know. I really don't know. My guess, broken rail? I don't know.
The cops called on me because someone thought I was trying to derail a train.
Yeah, that's what started this conversation on here about how that we got one bad person who goes and does what they do, but then it's going to make all the rest of us look like we're bad.
Yeah.
When we're just trying to take videos and make YouTube videos.
And then there
Legitimately.
Like the person who called way over exaggerated everything.
Really?
Like, because 8500 has gotten the cops called at him a few times. So I like pulled up a police like radio online and I heard them like describe us and say that we were pushing on the tracks and like placing stuff on them even though we were like...
You weren't even near the track?
Probably that tree distance away from the tracks.
Really? Some people just don't have anything better to do. Okay.
North Star is still not even... North Star is going so slow. Like, it's not that close to, from what I can see.
No. I'm just hoping one of these signals starts turning. I'm not used to it getting like low light like this. Normally by this point, you know, I'd still have another like 2 hours I'd want to stay out here, but when that sun gets to a certain point, it's like it's not worth it. Says. Yeah. Don't worry. MSP Airport Live had the airport police check on him during his live stream at Terminal 1 yesterday. Is that person's YouTube channel really called MSP Airport Live? That's because we've had people, different YouTubers that have been doing certain things lately and the whole world is hearing about it. So, yeah, and it's good. Oh, okay. Oh, we got a yellow.
I'm gonna move this back so that my thing doesn't almost blow over.
That's a good idea.
used to build trains in Minecraft, and I just rediscovered them and realized that 7-year-old me did not do a good job building them.
Building them. Well, building a train and when you got these big blocks like that, it's hard to make it almost feel like a life-size thing because of the detail you got to put into them. Like you got to really get a lot of blocks to actually make it look like real detail. And it's a pain. I don't know if you saw it, but oh, now it's a solid green. I don't know if you saw it, but I've got a video.
Yeah, I watched.
Okay, you saw that? Building that locomotive was a pain.
And I used to like, this was even like 2 years ago, I only liked Amtrak. I don't know why. I didn't like freight trains as much. I just liked Amtrak. I have no idea why.
Well, you know, it's like there's other kids out here that they go crazy about North Star.
Yeah.
You know, it's something a little different. They're a little more colorful, different colors. One cool thing about Amtrak, it goes fast.
Yeah.
It's not like the bullet trains, though, over in, is it China?
I started not being as interested when they just put chargers on every single train. And they started looking all identical.
They looked identical, and they are terrible in the winter.
Yeah.
Because they're all electric, and cold and electric do not mix.
Like, I saw this the other day.
Is that the new, the Borealis?
No, this is the Empire Builder.
Oh, that's the Empire Builder, okay.
Like, I saw this same unit like 2 years ago, and it was with a P-42.
Okay.
And I remember I was like, back then I was like, not going out for them because I was like, oh, that's lame. It's just a P-42. And then now, if there's like a duo of those, I'd be by the track so fast now.
Yeah, because you don't see them as often. Another one that would be cool to see is those Amtrak locomotives that look like a regular diesel locomotive.
Yeah. I saw one of those. I've seen on the Borealis. There was a while where there were those.
Oh, really? Those, I think, are cool Amtrak locomotives because you don't see very many of those because they don't have that nice, slick, you know, speedy look to them.
Yeah.
They actually look like almost like a freight train locomotive.
I saw it meeting the new paint, the CPKC paint locomotive. I mean, like, it wasn't really meeting because both trains were going one direction.
And they were probably holding the CP back to let Amtrak through. Yeah.
And then I was gonna wait for the CP, but it got like dark. Like, it was probably like 10 minutes before my shot would have been terrible.
Ouch.
The Amtrak.
That's when you pull out your phone and you just move with it.
Yeah.
I want to see that new CPKC paint. I know they had it at train days, but I didn't make it down for train days and then thought about it because I first was bummed out, but like, no, it's a brand new thing. It'd be a lot cooler to get it its first time moving down the track.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it's trailing or leading. It'd be cool to get it moving down the track.
I learned that because for like the nighttime shots with my phone, it like kind of auto brightens it unless I'm in 60 frames per second. And I found that out the hard way.
That's not good. There's got to be a way to turn the auto brightness off, though.
I went in the car to go watch my video and then realized it was unfixable. So I raced as fast as I could to get
it. Good. All right, Seaboard. See you. Sorry. Bullet Trains Japan. Oh, okay. Got it. I knew it was one of them. One of the two.
And with it in Newport, I still forgot to pan because I had been waiting there for 6 hours because of how much it got delayed. That I forgot to pan, so my mom's shot still turned out better than mine.
Oh, yeah, it's a good thing you had a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're doing that stuff at night, it's always going to be a challenge. And you just keep taking pictures and you hope you get one good one.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know if you've tried this trick, but when you're taking a video of the train at night, like with your cell phone, if you kind of pan with it as it's moving, and then afterwards kind of go through the video and then find a nice clear one, you can take a screenshot of that and do that too if you want.
When I saw it, like when I saw the 2816, like another, like it was like 2 days later, there was me and 8500 were the first people there, and then like 10 more people showed up. So in so many people's videos, I can see myself standing.
Yeah, when you're out chasing something like that, you're bound to be in somebody's video. I'm waiting for when the big boy comes up here again.
Yeah. My brain still didn't know what it was doing because I had one day in between when it was going where I could get a decent amount of sleep from not either staying up way too late to see it or getting up at 5 in the morning.
Go see it.
Clearly that wasn't enough for my brain, so I didn't chase it for some reason. I should have tried to though, but like...
Wow, and you had that adrenaline rush too.
It ended up backlit anyways, but...
Hey, getting it like that though is better than not getting it at all.
Yeah. I remember rewatching videos of trains I took when I was very little, and like thinking, because there was a lot better power then, because PTC wasn't a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I could probably post some. No, I was like most of the time pointing the camera like at the ground, or like this and sideways.
And you're probably, and you know, being younger, you just say whatever, and it's like that would just be.
Yeah. Like I was yapping in half the videos. Like there was, like an H1 Jeep, I think it was, leading, and I was talking the whole time.
I guess, you know, maybe videos like that would be kind of cool, like, you know, if you ever get like really big and you want to do like a really special, you know, like, hey, here's some never before seen footage of like 30 years ago when I was younger or something. Like when you get older.
I realized I uploaded one video that I didn't talk in, and I put text saying like that it was shaky because I was however old I was when I recorded that. Somebody guessed my age in the comments.
Well, how old you were at the time?
No, how old I am now.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I mean, I guess I put that, but like, why would someone try to do the math for that?
I don't know. You get some interesting people. Daniel put Jay Leno uploaded his big boy video to his Jay Leno's Garage channel. Yeah, that's right. He went to go see it in Iowa, didn't he? I think somebody told me that on here that one day when it was going through Iowa.
And I get the most random comments, like...
What the heck?
Like, it's a video about a train, not a chicken.
I know. Well, somebody on here was even asking me about, do you hate TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, WeChat, and some other apps for adults? I don't know. And hour-long behind the scenes and rode in the cab and got to blow the way. Wait, Jay Leno got to ride in Big Boy in the cab? That lucky?
I remember in Duluth, like, I was really little. I somehow was able to get in the cab of one of, like, the little excursions that they do. And I don't remember half of it.
Well, at least you remember you got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now if you want to ride in locomotives, it's really hard to do that because they're pretty strict about it.
Yeah. Probably because, like, if it derailed, then they don't want anybody to sue or anything.
Yeah, because a lot of people are kind of sue happy. They don't want to be liable for it. Which I get that. That's.
Yeah.
And they're a big company, and these big companies, and they're not going to take those chances. Or the chance of them letting someone on and then that person doing something while they're on that train and possibly causing problems. Where it'll delay the rest of their operations.
I forgot that North Star comes back.
Yeah.
So that's what that signal is for, I think.
Yeah, that would suck. Someone says something about Disney. I was hoping that they were gonna send that queue out ahead, but maybe they had a change of mind. Welcome back, Seaboard. Can't read. Disney may bring back riding the monorail, possibly. Oh, cool. I've read that. I've ridden on that, the monorail. I've done that before. With the operator. Oh, cool. So it won't be like a... I don't know what you would call that. Not AI, but... where it just runs on its own, basically. Yeah, I've ridden on the monorail once. Long time ago. Big boy meet is match in Duluth when it met the DMIR at Yellowstone. Huh? Oh, met its match. Oh, okay, meets its match in Duluth when it met... Oh, okay, got it. Cool. Yeah, I never took a video at the time. Kind of like what Train Fan and I were saying. We were young. And, you know, you don't... Some of that stuff, yeah, you took videos, and other stuff you didn't think to take videos of. Yeah, riding the monorail, never thought to take videos of. But that would have been kind of cool, like looking out over Disney with the castle and stuff. I remember quite a few different trains when I was younger that we caught that I wish I would have taken videos of. And then I sometimes stumble upon these pictures that I took like a long time ago, years ago, of like when 261 came down the Hinckley sub, and I got pictures of one time. I don't think I ever took a video, but I must have taken a picture. Was in Cambridge, just south of Highway 95, catching 261 going by with an Amtrak locomotive right behind it.
I think I remember that they were doing that for a while. One time there was like an Amtrak Heritage unit with it.
Maybe that's what that was. I don't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, I got a random picture that I had taken of it in downtown Cambridge.
I remember like...
Now that would have been cool if I would have taken a video of it.
Yeah. The last time 261 did an excursion, I was gonna go, and then I forgot about it and remembered it literally an hour after they were supposed to get to like the destination or whatever. And they haven't done anything except for like the North Pole Express at Union Depot.
Is that because they have they put PTC on it, or have they not?
I'm not sure.
Because
It's usually been going slow every time it's like made its way to Union Depot. So I'm guessing.
And I'm guessing that's probably why it hasn't like gone, because they used to go up the Hinckley up to Duluth almost like every year. I remember.
I know it.
But
Last time it went on TCNW because it didn't have PTC.
PTC. That's probably why they haven't done one going up our way for a while. Without PTC, they're not going to let them go up there.
Yeah.
They gotta have it.
I've seen some of the locomotives like in Northtown, like the big line have PTC, so I don't know why they're not using them.
Maybe they got problems with them.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing with like a lot of the Macs. Is, well, I think I heard though a lot of the Macs don't have PTC on them, but a lot of these older ones, like the ones that are sitting down there, either they have problems that they just haven't gotten around to fixing, or they don't want to fix them and they're just going to save them for when they need parts to fix the ones that they currently are still using.
Like, I don't know if it's a rebuild, like it's like SD70 Mac E or something, I don't remember. It's like the H4 Max, they're not for H3 Max. Like, whenever I look the numbers up, it's like slightly different than the other, like it's not just an SD70 Mac, so maybe for that.
I don't know. They could be. Because you know they're going to limp along what they have, but why bother upgrading something if you know that you're not going to have it much longer?
Yeah.
And just use it for parts to limp along the ones that you did upgrade years ago. So that's why whenever you see a Mac leading a train, it's really, really cool, because it's not as rare as like seeing an SD40-2 leading a mainline train, but it is still becoming more rare. I'll take that over a Gevo any day.
I remember the like SD7, the executive Mac that led with an H1 back in like, was it January or February? I don't remember.
When it ran out here?
Yeah. Or like it was on here.
Was that more in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there were a bunch of rail fans that were chasing that one. I'm like, yeah, I'm here. At work.
It was either going to take the St. Paul sub or the Midway sub, because sometimes they like drop cars at that intermodal facility. And I didn't know which one, so I just didn't go for it. Because by the time I found out about it, it was way too late to see it anywhere here.
Everyone else had already caught it at Elk River. I know a bunch caught it there. Wait, is that also the one too where somebody caught it at Prescott? Because there was one that somebody caught sometime this year somebody caught one going over that bridge there in Prescott.
Yeah, it might have been that.
And it was going east. It's going into Wisconsin. They caught it on the Wisconsin side.
Yeah, probably.
Coming kind of as it went over the bridge and was starting to come around that curve that's there, they caught it going around there.
I think that Q train might get lined behind the North Star.
Okay. I was hoping they were going to send the Q out first, but...
Yeah.
Which is weird that they would send the North Star out ahead of the Q, because the Q you would think it would go a lot faster than North Star. North Star's got to go, stop, go, stop, go, stop.
It look, yeah.
But I guess whatever they want to do. Okay. Well. Seaboard? I did not know that. There was an executive unit last week heading west in Trempealeau, then Prescott. Alright, well the one that we were talking about, that was not recently. I know it had to have been a couple months ago, for sure. So if there was another one, that's cool. But yeah, if it was, did you say a couple weeks ago? Oh, last week? Yeah, if it was last week, I am not aware of that one. I know it wasn't recently.
Hopefully the sun stays up just a little longer.
Yeah, I know. At least till both of these trains go by.
Yeah.
That's why I wish the queue would go out first.
Yeah.
Because if I get a cruddy shot at North Star, that's not a big loss. It's the merchandise or the queue. Don't want a bad shot of that one.
Like for the nighttime thing, is it dark enough that I should pan it, or not
For
yet?
right now, no, you're fine. Yeah, now you should be fine. It just seems like there's plenty of light.
Yeah.
It's just when it seems like it's kind of like you look around, it's like it has like a dark feeling to it or a darker feeling to it, then that's when you might want to start. And sometimes you can tell, like when you turn your camera on, if it kind of looks like it's kind of grainy looking on your camcorder.
I know this has like a low light feature, but I don't know how well that works.
Sometimes you gotta be kind of careful with low light features.
Oh, it's already on.
Yeah, right now it don't look bad.
Yeah. This has like 350 times in digital.
Oh, nice.
For zoom, but it looks terrible if I go past. Like, there's like a
The
little.
optical. Once you go past optical, then it's.
Like, if it goes past that line, it goes into digital and it just gets terrible.
Yeah. Because it's basically taking whatever the picture was, and then it's just it. Now there's a chip on the inside that's zooming it in even more.
I don't even know why I have it turned on, so I can turn it off to where it like locks when it gets there.
Yeah, that's what I did with my camera, because it's got that digital zoom thing, and it's just garbage. I honestly don't know why they do that. Like seriously, if you're gonna lose quality, why even bother?
It's like, it's good to a point, but then like after a little ways it just gets really terrible.
The only way it might be really good is if you can somehow keep that thing as steady as can be, then maybe it might look halfway decent and you got the brightest lighting conditions possible. Then it might look halfway decent, but low light like this and moving it, it's good for nothing.
There were like, probably the first time I used this, I tried to like zoom out and pan because I didn't bring my camera, and that was when I had my old tripod, so like it wasn't like fluid like this, it was just like skipping, so the video looks terrible because it's really like, it gets on the tripod, it's just really not stable when I'm doing it. So then I had to start, if I did that, like moving it on the screw that attaches it in, and then I got this thing.
But you got to be careful moving on the screw, because then you're gonna start you'll wear that out a lot faster. That's why when you get tripods, it's good to invest in it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's a very critical thing for us to have.
I just keep it on this most of the time. Like when I had the other one, I would just keep it on.
Yep, because then you won't wear out the screw or the little screw fixture that screws into.
Yeah. Like my other one, the screw started to like fall out of the, like from the bottom.
Yeah, it breaks through the plastic.
So I had to like put tape on the bottom to like keep it up. Or if I wanted to put it in, just like screw it upside down.
Alright, good luck, Daniel.
surprised 8500 hasn't texted me harassing me that I didn't pick him up.
I take it you know him pretty well?
Yeah.
Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, I hope that queue comes faster because the closer we get to 6:30, lighting is going to get bad.
I mean, I hope I don't have to leave before then, but...
That's why I wish they would send it out first. That's the one thing I don't like about North Star. North Star is nice and all, but I don't like how they give that priority over everything else.
Yeah.
Like, they'll literally hold back trains just for North Star because they got that schedule they have to keep.
I saw them, they were gonna, it was like, I was waiting for something, I don't know what it was, and then they took its route away and then gave North Star a route. Like, it is cool on, like, usually when there's like a Twins game, they have two of them.
Yeah.
On the front, usually.
I haven't caught one of those North Stars yet when they do the Twins games. And I think they do ones for the Vikings games too.
Yeah.
I think.
It's just hard because their website doesn't really show that, like, it shows the time it goes down, but it doesn't show the time it comes back.
Yeah.
Because that just depends on whenever the game ends.
Well, there won't, I can tell you for sure though, there will not be a Vikings train this weekend because they're playing over in London on Sunday. Against the Jets, I think.
I wanted to try and go to, like, their station in downtown and try to see if, like, one of the, like, little light rail ones passes over the North Star.
Oh, that'd be a cool shot.
I've been so close to getting a picture of North Star with, like, a Metro Transit bus next to it.
I think it'd be kind of cool too to get a North Star and then have like a merchandise train or something go by, or some kind of any BNSF mainline train.
I think from what I've seen, they sometimes they meet in like Ramsey or somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to try and get over there so I can see the North Stars meeting. So.
Yeah, that would actually be a good spot to do it because they got the crossover there where they cross the trains over. So if they're like holding a mainline train back to wait for North Star to cross around them or something, then you could get a shot of them like side by side.
Yeah. I caught my first gray ghost leader like a week or two ago.
Sweet. Yeah, those are cool. Where'd you catch it? Down by St. Paul?
I caught it at Northtown because there's like an area where like the Painesville sub like goes on to the Midway sub. And that's usually the worst spot because sometimes they don't give them a route for a very long time, so they're just sitting on the
just sit there.
And of course, one of the CN 100th anniversary units passed right when there was one stopped one time. And it had like an H1 Jeep in the consist. I
Really?
think.
Huh. So was that a BNSF train then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I again went as fast as I could to a bridge where I saw it somehow. And like the UP like local that goes from their like South St. Paul yard to Northtown has 3 SD70Ms on it now.
Really? So what'd they do with the, is it Jeeps that they had on there? Or the...
It was like SD40Ns or something.
Yeah. Didn't they have like 2 of those and then a M? Oh, so they got
They've
rid
been
of those?
slowly putting more of those, and I can't decide if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
They're putting the
'Cause,
M's
like,
on there?
Yeah, on one hand, they're now putting those on local service, but then, like, also, like, I can see more of them now.
Yep. They've been running them up the Hinckley sub quite a few times.
Yeah.
They're not always leading, but they've been running a couple of them. Oh.
It was a little while ago you saw an SD70M leader, right?
Yes.
On Hinckley?
Yeah.
I think because I was driving back from somewhere up north, and I saw the gates going up on Hinckley, so I think that was it.
Well, the train was going north. I think there was an NS behind that. If that's if we're thinking of the same train.
I saw something similar to that, like on the Hinckley sub before I filmed trains.
Yeah, if you want to see NS, they do that a lot on the UP.
Yeah.
UP trains.
Shot of it knocking down the signal, but it was slightly sideways because I had
Oh.
it and I had to do the thing with the tripod lights.
Yeah, and the problem is too with it being low light, like it's getting to be lower light, it probably would have. Well, maybe it wouldn't have a hard time focusing, but.
The Q might crew change.
Did he just blow his horn at somebody down there? It almost sounded like he blew his horn at somebody down there, like a horn show almost.
One time I was at Anoka and they like after it passed, it was blaring the horn because there were people on like a train bridge.
Oh.
Like.
Where they shouldn't have been,
Yeah,
or
like they
okay.
were walking on the tracks.
There's people that hang out underneath that bridge a lot. All right, turn that around. Come on, train. It feels so weird that it's getting cooler. I'm not used to this. Normally it's still hot.
There was one time I don't know where I was, but it, like a few days ago where it was like room temperature outside.
Oh, nice.
Like it felt the same when I walked outside of my house as it did inside.
All right, audio is back. The signal is flashing yellow, so our Q train should be coming. Hopefully sooner than later, because
Yeah.
lighting is kind of going down.
If it gets that dark, I'll probably just use my phone.
Yeah.
At that point, because
Well, if it's a flashing yellow, I think we might be fine. You'll know you're really fine once that goes green.
yeah.
But I'm not sure.
What's
Depen-
kind of left of the sun is reflecting off that building a
Yeah.
little bit.
That might help us a little, but I think that'll go solid green once they cross the crossover
Yeah.
at Coon Creek. Whether they're crossing them over or not,
I'll try and find it. It was, I don't know when it was. It's been much darker, and even like my camera has been able to record on it, but I don't exactly remember when that was.
have you noticed if you take pictures with your camera and the lower lights, do you
It just
start to
takes
see that graininess?
Yeah, and it takes a lot. Like, I need to switch it to a different mode because if I'm just in this, it like takes it has a longer shutter speed.
Yep. And you got to be you got to keep it as still as you can, because if there's even a little bit of shake when it does that, you're going to see it.
Yeah.
You'll see the motion blur in your picture.
I have no idea where it went, but like,
Oh, it's green now.
like this was the lighting, and I had my cam. I don't know why. I thought it'd be cool to make a like rail fanning behind the scenes video, and like the lighting's turned out okay.
That's not bad. And that's kind of
Yeah.
cool where the sun is, too.
But that time it was like setting that direction, sort of.
I thought about it. It might be kind of cool to make a rail fanning behind the scenes, but a lot of the rail fans, we all do the same stuff.
Yeah.
Even though Trevor, the way I did this setup, he likes that.
Yeah.
He actually went out and made something kind of similar to it.
Is that I've seen a bracket like that on Amazon. Is that what that is?
Yep.
Like to put both of them?
Yep, and what I did is, this is just the bracket, and then this backpack I have, it's like
yeah.
a 2-in-1 set where you get the backpack and the tripod.
Oh yeah.
And it comes with a little phone clip. Well, I had a few extras, so I took one of the phone clips and I just screwed it on here, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I used for my radio.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of tightened it down as if I was tightening down to the phone onto the belt clip part of
Yeah.
the radio.
For a while when I was trying to figure out like my double camera thing, I thought about buying that, but then I didn't because like I saw things saying it wasn't like stable for two cameras that
Oh.
much if it's
It's not too bad. Especially like this, sometimes you can see a little bit of shake, but
Yeah.
a lot of that shake is because I have my cell phone here.
yeah.
And I've been thinking to maybe eliminate that so I'm not putting all this weight on the back end. I'm trying to figure out how I can put the radio in a different spot and then have the cell phone on the side.
Yeah.
Because that might help eliminate some of the shakiness.
Yeah. It would have just been so much easier if my camcorder had like a piece like this.
Yeah.
Then I could attach. I don't even know if I have a piece that would attach to this though. Like this is for like external microphones, I guess.
That, and then also like the bracket that I have on here that just kind of screws on.
Yeah.
And then you can screw it on because this has the same piece up there, like what's on the camera. And you just slide it in and screw it down.
I could probably make some makeshift cardboard thing.
Good.
That would fit.
See, doing stuff like that makes for cool behind the scenes because
Yeah.
we're making our own little setup, basically.
Yeah.
How do we do our setups?
I was gonna do that, but then 1458 made one, and then I thought it was gonna look like I was copying, so I just didn't.
Do your thing. Hey, Darren. Lots of North Star today? Yep. Yeah, I think there's been like 3 North Star, Z, and now we're waiting for a Q that should be coming pretty soon because the signal's green.
like I want to buy more like better camera stuff, but I have to pick between that or my model train layout. So it's not even a layout. I just take the tracks down and then put it up again.
Yeah, and model trains, they're not cheap.
Yeah.
Especially the locomotives.
Like I figured out it's cheaper to get one that like some of them have sound. So I discovered it's cheaper to just buy one that doesn't have that and then manually put it in than just buy one that comes with it.
Yep. Modify it yourself.
And apparently you can like upload any sound file you want onto like the speaker.
Oh.
So like if I wanted to, I could put a Jivo horn on an SD60M or something.
Okay, that would be interesting. Do you get the HO scale?
I have N scale.
Oh, N scale, okay.
I had HO scale, but it take up way too much space.
I know, but they got good detail on it,
Yeah.
though. That's why I like the HO scale.
The only like BNSF one I have is the like Great Pumpkin one, but I wanted I want to put decals on it that have it numbered to like the 1474.
Oh, okay.
Because the one that it is I think it might have been before they renumbered it, or if they even I don't remember.
I don't even know what ever happened to the Great Pumpkin. I haven't seen that
It's
one.
in the storage line.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Dang it. The Great Pumpkin, they used to run that one on the Hinckley Sub a lot.
Yeah.
I
used
got
to-
lots of pictures of that one.
When I was little, I used to see it like all the time on
Yep.
like here.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever caught it on the Staples.
I
What?
started recording trains and then I didn't see it for a long time and I was like, wait, because that had been my favorite locomotive.
Mhm.
So then I went to Northtown one time and saw it in the distance in the line. So for like 2 years I didn't know where it was and then I found out it was there.
Yeah, it sucks. And it's always the cool locomotives, too, with either the cool paint or something to them.
And then when they started putting -9s in there, like, I think they just wait until, like, because I know, like, around fall they send a bunch of -9s to, like, North Dakota for, like, all the grain trains.
Mhm.
So I think they just keep them there until
Probably.
then. Because there have been a lot of, like, moves with, like, crazy amounts of -9s recently.
It seems like though a lot of the power, like they've been sending a lot of power out of Northtown, but to me it seems like there's been a lot of power coming into Northtown,
Yeah.
like from like Dilworth and stuff.
Yeah.
That's where they keep coming from.
Like that Northtown Pasco that had 1060. Wait, do you know what 1063 is? It's like it has a swoosh on the front, but it's an H1.
Yep.
It was on Kansas City to Northtown, and I caught it that day, and then the next day it was on Northtown Pasco.
Oh,
And both times had like, it was like the same consist almost, just the first two or three locomotives were different.
so they probably did. Yeah, they probably just had to stop there, swapped out the power on them
Yeah.
because they probably needed fuel or probably had to get sent to the locomotive shop or something.
And that same day I caught it the first time. I saw the Ferromex Duo that I think you posted a little while ago. But like I was very much out because I was over like at the CPKC yard in St. Paul, and I just see like the Ferromex paint scheme. So I like ran like it's like only a few feet just to where I could get an opening and got a terrible handheld camcorder shot.
Better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Especially Ferromex. It's cool when you see Ferromex. That was on a stack train, I think.
Yeah.
Or a Z. I don't know. Stack Z. One of those kind of trains.
I just call them all intermodal.
Yeah.
'cause it's just easy.
That's the best way to call them. It's a bummer they weren't leading, though.
Yeah. My phone,
The Darren person that was on here that asked about North Star, they are obsessed with Ferromex. Every time they come on here,
I've seen.
they're asking about it.
My phone is listening to me. I swear. I like I was talking about those 2 days I saw it, and then like in like the compilations it puts together, it showed up those 2 days.
I had that conversation a lot that our phones listen to us. Because you can be talking about something and then you get ads for it. Like you can be talking to somebody, let's say about purses, and then I've never bought a purse in my life, and I never look up purses, and I've gotten ads for them because somebody else is talking about it. I'll probably get ads for it later today, I bet.
Yeah. I mean,
I like HO scale locomotives. They are the best thing ever. Give me ads for it.
I don't even know why I'm surprised my phone is, because like my school like iPads that they use, because we take them home, like they have this software where they can look at through the camera and hear the microphone.
Your school does?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like any time of the day.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah. I just, whenever I'm not using it, I just put it like under my bed.
Yeah.
And make sure both cameras are like covered.
Do you like well, you can shut the tablet down too.
Yeah.
I get why they do that, probably because that's school property and you're taking it home and they don't want it stolen or whatever,
And
but
they say it's just to like watch. They don't say the part about watching. They just say it's just so that they can view what's on our screens. But I've seen, it's made me click like allow access to camera and microphone.
oh wow. Yeah, no thank you. Come on.
I swear I forget something every time I go rail fanning. I just remembered I forgot my glasses.
Your oh.
Yeah.
I don't think when you've come out here before, I don't think you have been wearing glasses. Maybe. I don't.
I forget them way too much.
I've been wearing mine since I was a baby, so they've basically been a part of me.
Yeah. The other day I got skunked out of a train. Like, I think it was the one you saw in like Wayzata. It's like
The one that had the switch engine on
yeah,
it?
that one's known to have a lot of like EMD and crazy power. So the next day, it was either the next day or the day after, I heard that it was coming. So I bolted over to like where it was gonna go, and it had mostly -9s and Jeepos.
Really?
And I mean, it did have a Jeep and an ST70 Mac, but like compared to all the videos I've seen and photos, that was like not good.
I thought that train catching it in Wayzata, that was awesome. Because
Yeah.
I've never caught it. I've caught trains on the Wayzata sub, but never actually caught one in the town of Wayzata.
Yeah.
So for that being the first time and actually getting the shot of with the depot in the background,
Yeah.
and I think it's the first time I've ever gotten a BNSF. No, second time I've gotten a BNSF switch engine.
One time there was like an H1 Jeep Duo leading on that same train, and then it's like the Wilmer Northtown train or something.
I forget what was. I got notes that I keep for every train I catch, so when I go to make the YouTube videos, then I can know what the power was, the ID, the time, and what kind of train it was. Let's see here. That was the WLM NTW. Eesh.
Like one time, like I remember one time I had like a CSX SD70 Mac leading with a GP60M and H1 SD40-2 with it.
Oh, nice.
And so with all that, it was still cool to see an SD70 Mac, but like compared to what else is usually on it.
Uh-huh. Well, there was an empty Coke train that came south on the Hinckley last night. I think it was last night. And, of course, I didn't catch that either. it had a CSX leader on it. I think it was
Oh, yeah.
CSX 124, I think it was.
I remember a long time ago, 8500. It wasn't that long ago, but 8500, and you caught the CSX leader on the Hinckley sub. Like you were doing a live stream, and so he went to it. Like he was in
Andover, I bet. Yeah.
And I was gonna go see it, but then I got lazy randomly because I didn't know where they like if they were gonna stop anywhere or if they were gonna take either the Midway or St. Paul sub. Like that's the worst. They either take either one depending on how full it is.
How full it is? Okay. And it probably depends too what kind of train it was on.
Yeah. And ATCS like doesn't have like that whole area is basically a dead zone now.
Fiber optic?
Yeah.
Well, it's like here, you know, on ATCS for the Staples.
Like after that signal,
Yep.
it turns into.
And the only place you can see, I think, is like a chunk of 44th, and that's it.
Yeah. Like.
Which sucks because it would be nice for like trains going onto the Hinckley, like pulling out onto the sub and then going onto the Hinckley. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
That's why having a radio helps. And also too, I don't know if you use it, but broadcast-a-fee.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I found the police radio for when. Like this is the whole area that I usually.
Dead.
And like, cause this is like doesn't do anything, but like it has like, I just click these because sometimes it changes it, so I just click those to make me feel like it's not that dead.
Like it's not that dead. Yep.
It doesn't actually change the signal, but it's like.
No. It would not be good if it really
It
did.
just looks better than just being gray.
Yeah. Which is a bummer that a lot of the lines are doing that.
I know like almost the whole CPKC Painesville sub is still uses it.
Mm-hmm. The River sub does too, I think.
Except there's like there's a section near Lake Hastings where it's sometimes not working.
Yeah.
Depends.
Yeah, I learned that when we went out to go catch the holiday train that one time. Because we could see where the holiday train was until it was like so many odd miles out of Hastings, and then it was just dead zone, and we couldn't see where it was.
And then that other like train blocked.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the one in Newport.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking about the last time catching the holiday train at the depot there.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't go to Newport the next time.
Yeah.
Didn't want a repeat of that.
It depends if they take like the closer track or the farther track.
Yeah. I think going through Newport, they take the further track because it's more straight shot. That's why they don't take the closer one. I think they leave the closer one open for CP trains that are pulling out.
Like when I saw 2816 though, it was on the closer set of tracks.
Okay.
So it was supposed to stop at St. Paul and then go from St. Paul then at like one of the next days after being serviced for a whole day.
Yep, in Shoreham there.
Yeah, but then they kept going to Humboldt.
Oh.
And I found that out the next day, so I was like, I would have gone to see it in like New Brighton or something, because I mean my brain wouldn't have known how to get there, probably because I was very tired.
Well, it didn't help too with that CP. We weren't given a whole lot of information on it.
Yeah.
I remember even making posts on Facebook trying to get an idea because coming from way up north.
Yeah.
But nobody had any good info on it. And then I found out before I even woke up that morning, it was already gone. So I never would have gotten to see it, even if I tried.
Because there's like a separate like 2816 Facebook group. So like in there was a post that was like the like engineer saying like that they were gonna that they were gonna take off, and it almost sounded like a poem the way he was saying it, but it made it sound like they were leaving then, and it was like 5 in the morning.
Oh.
And I still had to go pick 8500 up and then go far west to where we're gonna see it. And then it ended up going by there an hour and 30 minutes after we got there, because that guy was just being weird, I guess.
Was he even?
Yeah.
Oh, he was. Okay.
He was either the conductor or engineer, but he was just like was saying that like they were gonna leave whenever they got clearance.
He was pulling the leg of all the rail fans because
Yeah.
he knew people were going to be out chasing him.
I think people in the comments of that post were like freaking out, asking if it was
Give us all the information you know.
And I was almost relieved that I could go back to bed because I had already seen it the day before. But then I remembered that 8500 hadn't seen it at all. So then I got my lazy butt out of bed to go see it again.
Well, and when it's something special like that, you're going to try to get as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
I don't see any reflection on the crossing box yet.
This was probably close to the lighting on when I took that video, like looking that way.
Yeah, this is where it's going to be kind of grainy. So hopefully we get lucky and he's not moving terribly too fast through here.
Yeah. Should
Good-
I do the pan thing yet or not yet?
We're on a hairy edge. Really hairy edge.
My camcorder's gonna blow away. I was gonna say I could record that and then stand like on there with my phone, but this thing is gonna go to the moon.
I'm just going to take the gamble and I'm going to keep it straight, being that we're on that really, really hairy edge. But any trains that come by after this, yeah, if there is any. I'm basically going to just try to pan with my camera as I take the picture. Because it's still enough light that the camera should do fine.
I'm not looking. I mean, I like winter shots sometimes, but I don't like how cold it gets whenever I'm rail fanning.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes I can barely press the buttons on like my phone. And then
Well, the
sometimes-
batteries don't last either.
Yeah. But I'd rather it be cold while I'm rail fanning than like super hot.
Yeah. Well, I think this year, when it comes to doing like live streaming and stuff during the winter, I probably won't do a whole lot of that because it's not good on your batteries, your cameras. It's just not fun when you're just standing and you start shivering, waiting for a train to come. Takes the fun out of it.
I'm gonna have to like only go on weekends because like if my school gets out at like 3, then I have like 2 hours until it gets dark.
Well, and on the weekends too, you don't have to deal with North Star.
Yeah. Like if I wanted to find that lens that you have, would I just search like Tamron Canon lens?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah, I think I got this one off of Amazon. And this one's 18 to 400 millimeter. So it's good for doing like, you know, wider angle and then really zoomed in.
I looked up how much, cause this just says 60 times. So I just looked up how many millimeters that would be.
A 60 time is?
Yeah. It's like 1200 or something.
Yeah.
But that's partially digital too.
Well, it should tell you, I don't know if like a manual would or if you just go look at it online, but there should be a part that tells you how many times it is optical and then how many times it's digital.
And like this thing came out in like 2014, 2015, and when I got it used, didn't have a scratch on it. Like it was almost new.
Well, whoever used it, they took good care of it.
New for like $80 cheaper than if it was brand new.
Yeah.
remember when me and 8500 were in Duluth, we were waiting for like a CN, like, is it taconite or whatever they
Taconite.
do? Yeah. We were waiting for one of those, and he used my hotspot to start live streaming, and the live stream crashed after like 5 minutes because my hotspot wasn't good up there.
Were you trying to get a train that was like going up to load it on the dock there?
No, it was outside of Duluth in like Munger.
Oh, up there.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been seeing a lot of people going up taking pictures of those taconite trains as they're like coming around the curves and stuff up there.
It had an Illinois Central leader, which at the time we were freaking out until we realized that that's very common up there. And his camera was so low from us being out all day that it wouldn't display that he was recording. So we thought it wasn't recording. So he kept spam pressing the button, and he ran to go get his iPad to film it, and came back and realized it was that low, and that last time if he didn't press the button the last time, it would have recorded the whole thing.
So he didn't end up recording it then?
He recorded it on his iPad.
Okay.
That was good.
It would be kind of cool though to see a Illinois Central leading.
Yeah. And then I went to like the yard in Proctor or wherever it is, and I saw 3. Is it like BLE or something? Whatever that, like the orange ones.
Oh.
I don't remember exactly what
It's not the RCP&E, is it?
I don't think so. Yeah, like 3 of these all next to each other.
Oh. I don't know what those ones are.
Dang it, I just realized this now. I use like the wider angle, like the 0.05, and the quality is a lot worse on that.
It is. It's garbage. Well, on the new iPhone, I think they improved it, but
Yeah.
but on mine, the 13, it's not the best.
Yeah. Apparently the new one has like a 5 times optical zoom.
And then they got all these different like manual settings and stuff for taking pictures. Nighttime video has been improved on it, which I like that.
Before the train gets here, I need to make sure this isn't green. Is this like too grainy? I can't really tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Try zooming into something. Yeah, it's starting to get to be a little bit, but it's not having a crazy hard time focusing, so it might not be terribly too bad.
Maybe I should do the like system that I came up with. Like put my phone on this.
Yeah, give yourself a backup just in case.
How do I keep getting this stuck on?
I'm just looking to see if we'll get a headlight. Because once that train gets close, that crossing box will start to light up. Because you'll see the light from the locomotive reflecting off of it.
I think this is good.
Does yours tell you? Oh, that's not bad. If you want, you can move your, like, kind of move your tripod over just a little bit. There you go.
Sometimes I aim it up because this is like way too low.
Yeah, you're gonna want to aim it up, or else you'll cut off like the top of a.
I always
train.
hated using that thing when it was on the top of here. Need to make sure this backpack doesn't fly away. It has like 2 lightweight things in it.
Well, that's why I'm hoping this train's not moving terribly too fast.
There've been a few times, like, I don't remember, it's somewhere in St. Paul where, like, there's a road, but just there's only, like, one road between the Midway sub and the St. Paul sub.
Mm-hmm.
So a few times I've been able to, like, get good pace shots of trains there. And every time it's been at night, so it's looked terrible.
Yeah, pacing shots are only good during the day. Because if you do them at night, all you're really going to see is a kind of a silhouette of a locomotive and then a chunk of its headlights,
Yeah.
maybe. And then it does look kind of cool. Look, you got the cab is lit up where the crew is.
Yeah. There was one time I was on that road and there was an NS duo on a green train, but I was like really far back from it because it got to the area on the road before I did. But I'm pretty sure the road speed limit and the like track limit is the same because there's been a few times I can find it where like I've been going the exact same speed as the train.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it is the same speed. Does that road ever come close to the track, or is that...
It's sort of, I can find it on the map. It's like here, so this is the Midway sub, and then this is the St. Paul sub. So it crosses closer to this, and then there's this weird like extension that crosses between the two, even though that's only TC and W uses that when they need to get onto like the YZ sub and then to their own trackage.
Yeah, they get onto their trackage just before the YZ.
I'm guessing they're going extremely slow if they're...
They gotta be, because that's been green for quite a while. Hopefully that's a good thing if they're going slow.
Yeah.
Because that means any pictures or videos you get they'll have a little less motion blur to them.
My camera can still take photos without it be like trying to adjust to the... Like, what is that called? Like, if I'm trying to take a photo at night and then it like takes a photo and then it like...
Timed exposure.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, our cameras do it like where it's automatic based upon the settings we're using.
Yeah.
But like when I'm taking pictures of the Northern Lights, I go full manual where you got to do manual ISO, aperture, all that kind of stuff. And then usually about 15 seconds, and then like connect your phone or your iPad to it. And then take the picture. That way you only have to touch your camera. That way you don't have any kind of motion blur.
Oh yeah, like using the
Canon Connect, yep. And you can actually change those manual settings on there too.
Yeah. I was so confused when it told me that I had to go into my Wi-Fi settings and like attach I was like my camera's a Wi-Fi router.
Kinda, sorta, I guess. Kinda.
Because it like makes me join like a Wi-Fi thing.
Yep.
Than it does. Usually the North Star, like the last one that went by, you can get like pretty cool shots of like it with the sunset.
Yeah, I did something kinda. Of course my screen is kind of bright, but I did something kind of like that.
Oh yeah.
There's times where I wish that fence wasn't there.
Yeah.
Because when you got trains going that way, Like the shots still look kind of cool,
Yeah.
but
I used to just cross over to the other side, but then they like have it now where the doors are like locked.
yeah,
whenever there's no
when North Star's not running. One thing I did find that's really cool, that if you ever get a zoom lens, if you can zoom in down to where you kind of, here I can actually show you, like do shots like that, then you don't have to worry about the fence. So then if there's a train coming on the other track, I try to get it right before, which I did that with. Yeah, I do shots like that when they're on the other track, so right before they hit the fence.
Is it like manual mode where like you can make the like the colors look more vibrant?
There's this one here, this landscape mode.
Oh. This one? I think.
Yep, I go to that one. And then what you want to do, here, I'll do this. You hit the Q. And then where it says this one, you switch it to intense. And then go down 2.
Yeah.
And then switch that to sunset. Then you get really nice colors in your pictures.
Oh yeah.
And then I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but there's this little middle bar. I just set it to the middle one.
Right before I saw that KCS unit yesterday, my camera was like about to die. Like it was on like the
Mine's
thing
about
where it
to.
was like,
I'm
yeah,
getting
it
a
was
flashing
doing that.
battery.
And I turned it off until because it was moving pretty slow. So I turned it on when it was probably like at that overhead thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, when I first started doing this, I used to do it on the sport mode.
Oh yeah.
Not the best one to do it on. When you're doing trains, you may think that it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's not, because if you don't make the first picture count, it's bad.
I almost always use like the P setting, because the store that I got it from just said like to start I should just use that,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just kept using it.
That's why I switched to using the other one. It takes some getting used to, though. You got to get the timing just right, because you only got, you get one picture. I think with the P, you only get one picture too, basically.
Yeah. I'm trying to like put a bunch of apps on my phone open so that it like turns into a phone heat warmer.
That's not a bad idea.
How slow is this train if it like?
That's what I want to know.
Like it has to be moving at like a mile an hour.
Hope they didn't hit something or whatever, but I haven't heard them say like emergency, emergency, emergency or nothing.
I haven't heard them say anything on that.
No. I keep hearing weird static every once in a while, but that's it.
That light has been green for a very long time.
I know. I don't know. I really don't know.
I remember when I was looking at reviews for my camcorder, I was like surprised that the thing was at the front. So then it's just hanging off the edge.
Yeah, that's weird they didn't put it in the middle. Because now you get all that back weight. It's almost like having something like that.
And like the old plate that I had on like this, or like, I mean, it's still on there. It had like a little like thing that would stick up to like lock in better. Like, I don't even know if I want to can kind of see it, that little thing, so it keeps it more secure in there.
Yep.
But I always had such a hard time taking it off of that. So I just tried to pry it off as hard as I could. Like, I tried to get my camera off. And it
I've
just
always
popped
broke
off
those
yeah.
off.
It just popped off when I tried to take the camera off of it.
Yeah.
Especially when I would like turn it and then it would, like if it would like pop up on the side, then I couldn't, like it would lock it in the position it was in. I think I hear it in it, like really far distance.
Can't tell the signal box. I can't tell if
I
there's
hear it though, I feel like. Do you hear that? It's like,
a little bit of a rumble.
yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like a G-Box.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a locomotive. There's no denying it.
It sounds like it's moving fast, but it might be going slow.
I'm hoping it's moving slow because
But not like
no,
5
no,
miles
not,
an hour.
not like Sedale's pace, but slow enough that the pictures don't look like grainy piles of trash.
What's that flashing light down there?
Probably a truck working at that business that's down there.
One time when I was in Anoka, I saw them like dropping off ties, and they were going like 2 miles an hour the
Oh.
whole time.
Well, they got some scrap tie cars parked up in
Yeah.
Big Lake last I
I
saw.
think it's similar to that. I'm gonna be so confused if it's moving fast.
Something don't make sense.
I can see the headlight reflecting, but the crossing isn't on yet. Is that the headlight?
Yep, that's a headlight. Because it's right there on the rail. That's definitely a headlight.
I feel like I should move over a little bit so that it doesn't.
Well, it's probably moving slow enough. You don't have to worry about your tripod being knocked
It's
over.
super grainy on my camcorder.
Yeah. Not much we can do about it. All right, now it's flashing.
Dang it, my camera's starting.
I
to do
heard that. That's not gonna be
Is
good.
yours doing that too?
Yes. That's why I'm hoping he's moving slow.
Isn't it better with a tripod when you have the night like?
Not when you got a moving
Similar,
object.
yeah.
It doesn't make much of a difference.
They're moving very slow.
They are. Well, this might play into our favor, which means we
Maybe
might
a
be able to get a
little-
few good shots
Maybe a
off.
little too much. Do you think I should pan it?
If he's moving this slow, you might not have to. You might, if he was racing by, yes.
I'm not even gonna hit record until it's like in the platform, so I'm not wasting storage space.
This train's got a crowd now. Dang it. What?
That's like typical culture.
That kind of is. All right, everyone. That was a good way to end the stream. We're going to end it here. Thanks for watching.